What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another car versus car. What is going on, everybody? My name is Physiics. Welcome back to another car versus car. This is going to be one of the new car versus car series I just made. This is the handling car versus car. So I created the track with the custom creator, and I made this track with a lot of turns, a lot of really dynamic angles you're gonna have to take to really see how far I can push each vehicle. Now, in the first episode, we're gonna do the Zentorno versus the Adder, and as you can see, we have a side-by-side comparison. Now, I did this probably about a good 10 to 15 times each, and these were the best times I was able to accumulate. So pretty much what I decided to do was make this track here. Now, I do know there was already a previously created track, but I wanted to sort of build on that track and make it to where there's a lot more turns, a few straightaways, and pretty much just a lot of really complex angles, or at least somewhat complex angles, to where a car would have to almost stop its acceleration and handle turns. Now, as you can see here, the Adder is actually doing a pretty good job against the Zentorno. Now, like I said, the Zentorno was the, I did that 10 times, as well as with the Adder, I did this about 10 to 15 times, and I actually got a really good time on both, and this was like the best times I was able to accumulate with both of these vehicles. So this was a rigorous test. Now, it is a 3-lap race. I did that 3 times just so I can get a really good average score. I wanted to make it a very, very in-depth race. Now, I tried to take as many similar angles as I could on each and every single lap with each and every single turn. Now, there was certain turns where I wasn't able to create such great turns because of, for example, the Adder. The handling on the Adder really doesn't compare as much as it does to the Zentorno. The Zentorno's acceleration is so high that every time after you hit an angle, you can pretty much just hit the acceleration, and the Zentorno would just go and just torch that particular turn. Now, the problem with the Adder in this particular race is that it has a lot of top speed but not so much acceleration, and the problem with that is after a certain turn, the vehicle will obviously slow down because I'm letting go of the acceleration and sort of hitting the brake. The Adder has a lot more time for it to catch up. As you can see on the right side, the Zentorno is far ahead of the actual Adder where it is on the actual map. The Zentorno in a short race is probably your best bet when it comes to the supercars races, at least in this particular test. You know, the Zentorno has great acceleration. The handling on turns is so much smoother. You know, I did this 10 times, like I said, and when I switched from the Adder to the Zentorno, instantaneously I saw the difference. I felt the difference on turns. Now, I tried very hard to hit sharp turns. I tried very hard not to slide. I didn't use my handbrake because when you do that, your car slides from the backside very much, and I didn't want to lose that much speed. I knew that the traction would compensate slightly, but still, using your handbrake really does make the vehicle slide, and you end up losing a lot more speed, and it takes a little bit longer for the vehicle to get back its actual speed, to get back on track on that course. Now, there are some parts where I was able to simply keep holding the acceleration, like as you can see on the right side with the Zentorno. I was able to keep that speed as well with the Adder, but the turning on the Zentorno and the slide towards that end is a lot more of a greater impact than it is with the Adder. Nevertheless, I pretty much concluded with this test that the Zentorno is a much better handling vehicle. Adder is good on straightaways, but then again, in the race, most races have a lot of turns. I hope you guys enjoy this new format for the car versus car. This is going to be a separate addition to the car versus car. This is going to be a handling test. I will be doing this with as many vehicles as possible. Most of the vehicles that are fan favorites, and most vehicles that people would like to see. So the Zentorno, at the end of the day, will be the best supercar in my opinion between the Adder and the Zentorno. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, please go ahead and drop a like, leave some suggestions down below, and also subscribe for more GTA 5 content. Peace.